Hello, I am Jitwire, and welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before, and welcome back if you have. Today, we are going to be starting our new Stalker run. So, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, Stalker? As far as spawn, let's pick. And I'm gonna pick Forsaken Airfield because it's actually probably one of my favorite Stalker spawns, and I really like the region in general. It is a harder region though, but it keeps me on my toes, so it's not a bad thing. So yes, Forsaken Airfield, and we want to go with Astrid. And now we have to pick our feats. We're gonna go straight to Cold Fusion and put that one on because that's gonna give us a plus 2 degrees Celsius bonus to air temperature. So we definitely want that. Now let's look around the rest of these. Sprinting now burns 25% fewer calories. I do like Snowwalker because I like the stamina bar recharging faster. I do want to be going for level 5 in all of our skills in this playthrough as well, but I also want to try and get to 500 days in this playthrough. So book smarts would be good, but after all of our skills are level 5, it's not really useful to us. So efficient machine. You now consume 10% fewer calories. Or we can go with settled mind, which will make us immune to cabin fever and research actions will happen 20% faster. So that one kind of helps us in the beginning of the game and then also towards the end of the game because we're not going to get cabin fever. So yeah, let's do that. We want the cougar, we want scurvy, we want the trader because we want to be able to do everything. So let's call this to 500 days. All right, here we go. I'm so excited. Any key to continue. And that says something inspirational and wonderful, I'm sure. So where are we? We're in this cave. All right, this is good. We're very close to the airfield. This is a good spawn. Okay. Painkillers. What else do we got? We have a bandage. What's the time? So it's very early morning. Let me see if I can put this down. Oh no, it's negative 15. That's not gonna work. I was like, maybe we can kind of hang out in the back of this cave until we get some light. I think there's some coal in here too, but I can't see anything. So let's head outside. Because we already have matches and everything, so we can go find some sticks or something. We'll need like 15 sticks though to warm up. And let's grab this old man's beard. We're gonna get cold. We're gonna take some damage here. Some cold damage, but that'll be okay. Okay. Here's some more rose hips. That's good. I will take those. Thank you kindly, game. And we have some more old man's beard. We want those. A wolf eventually coming to wreck our day is just kind of a fact of life. So, want to make sure we have those in case we get in a struggle, and we can quickly tend to ourselves, and they're lighter than the bottles of antiseptic. Can I find any sticks?
I can't feel my hands.
No, we get no sticks. We're not allowed to have sticks, apparently. Alright, so we're gonna head A smart person would probably head right to the airfield. But I'm actually going to head over to the Drift Island cabin. That is my goal. Yep, and there's our hypothermia risk right on time. But that's alright. We should be able to make it over there in plenty of time. I'll run a little bit if I have to. Alright. Yeah, we want to check out this hunter's blind. Sometimes there's a hacksaw there. Or some other good stuff, so let's go check that out. I am going to run a little bit. It would be nice if there was some sort of tool here. Oh, and we have birch saplings. Can we go up here? Yes, we can. Thank you very much. Alright. Hacksaw.
Perfect.
Yes, that is perfect. Alright, we have a fire starting book. Some cargo pants. Revolver ammo. And we have nothing. Alright, so let's just toss on those cargo pants. Warmth is good. Warmth is important. Alright, and then we have this hacksaw, so let's grab these birch saplings too. Ah, here's some sticks. We're gonna take a little damage to get these, but it's okay. We shouldn't be too close to hypothermia yet. Yeah, hypothermia is still pretty low, and frostbite risk isn't terrible either, so we're fine. We will make it over to the Drift Island cabin before either of those become too big of an issue. And let's just hop down here. I needed some stones. I haven't seen any though. I'm sure we'll find some on the way. Okay, and there's frostbite risk again. So we're gonna run a little bit. It's okay if we get tired or anything like that. We just want to make it over to this Drift Island cabin first. That's the important thing at the moment. Would like to check out this plane crash as well, so we'll try and do that. I'm sure the bear is out and wandering around, but it looks like he's still like right in front of his cave. I don't know if you can see him, but he's all the way over there in front of his cave, so we don't need to worry about him just yet. I really do need a rock though. We're gonna skip these cattails, or actually let's grab a couple because we're gonna have to start a fire probably. I'll just grab these real quick. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Over to this plane. Hatchet? Nice. Okay. That's good. We can now protect ourselves if we get into a whip struggle, which is really good. Right. Let's check in here in the back. Oh, we have an energy bar and some painkillers. That's all good stuff. Nothing up front. And just last little hats to check out. Okay, there's a crow feather. Are there any more? Okay. Never mind. We're gonna continue on. Yeah, we need to get moving. We have a bunch of deer over here. Good morning. How are you lovely folks today? Right. But yeah, we're gonna make our way up to this Drift Island cottage. Cabin? Cottage? It looks like we have more saplings here. We should have time to drop or to grab those, so let's give that a go. Yep, give me this. And these two as well. And there's a rock. I'm gonna need that. Especially because we might have a moose up here. And we'll need something to make it vacate the premises with. If we do have this moose. Keep on going. More cattails. I'm gonna grab a... Probably just that one. We probably need to keep moving. Alright, is there a moose? No, no moose. So that's good. No moose is good. I guess depending on how you want to look at it. Sometimes a moose is very good. We're going to bypass all this stuff right here. We need to get inside. Okay. Stuff on this boat. Can I have this container?
This will come in handy.
Okay. Simple dress shirt. Not great, but we can't really be too picky right now either. Okay, we have enough rocks. And let's make our way up to the cabin so we can get inside. And we can be nice and warm and safe. With a slight detour to check out this workbench. Okay, there's that. And there's another hacksaw. And some scrap metal. Ooh. And a flask. That'll come in handy. And then we have tools too, but we can leave those there. Let's also drop this. We'll just leave that there. Should be a hammer over here. Yep. Hammer. Alright, inside we're safe. We're warm. Let's grab some potatoes. What else do we got? Alright. A bottle of water. Some crackers. Granola bar. Summit soda. And some rifle ammo. Yeah, I'll take that paper too. We'll make tinder out of it or something.
Hope nobody needs this
Okay,
anymore.
a bandage. We have some film. Here's our Polaroid. We have a book. A stick. Nothing else, but that's all right. Okay, peaches, peanut butter, salt. I have this raw rabbit here. Just toss that there for right now. I'll check out the rest of these drawers. Okay, and this is why I came over here instead of going to the hangar. I wanted this bow. This bow is always here on Stalker, as well as these 3 arrows. So, pretty much, if we see a wolf, we can shoot it and deal with it, and we can also do some hunting if we need to. But we shouldn't need to do that yet. Alright, I'm just checking around in case there's anything I might have missed.
I'll
There's
If I
more
don't warm
film
up soon.
and ketchup chips. Let's take another book. I don't think we have too much in the way of wood at the moment. Yeah, we have like 5 sticks. I guess we could go out and get more sticks if we really wanted to, but I really don't want to. What time is it? It's still early.
Freezing.
All right, we're going to sleep for 2 hours just to warm up and to recover a little bit of fatigue because we did a lot of running. Okay. So now our hypothermia risk is healed. We still have frostbite risk, however. Hmm. 73%. Can I break down this broom? Not worth it. Alright, so let's go outside and try and find some more sticks. There we go. Still really cold, too. Alright, it sounds like we have wolves down there on the ice. Alright, grape soda, an energy bar. There's a deer over here. There's more saplings over there.
The cold is making my head feel thick.
We can't be out here too long. Because we really don't want frostbite. That's something we do not want. So yeah, okay, we're pretty much out of temperature there.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
We need to make our way back here, and hopefully we gathered enough sticks to do something with. Alright, how many sticks did we get? Sticks. 12 sticks. That's still not a whole lot. And now the weather is super nasty. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything anywhere. So I guess I could break down one of these stools. How much does that give us? Oh yeah, 30 minutes? Let's go. Alright, so we want to go ahead and... We have one accelerant, but let's use it. Yeah, let's just use it. This is our first time starting a fire, so... Dump all of those on there and want to make sure... Grab that water. So we have base building now, so let's pop that on and let's clear all the junk. I don't feel like that cleared all the junk. I feel like there's still junk. Can I not, like... Take it? Then what? Okay, so we just have this little, weird plant then. Okay, here you go. Just hang out in there. Okay, let's move stuff. Okay, what is... All right. Sure. All right, that has 22 minutes. So let's go ahead and make one of these. And what do we have for bandages? Okay, let's make... No, I gotta wait. Rabbit. We're cooking rabbit. Okay, let's eat that right away. And let's make some water. All right. I'm gonna pick a few of these things up and just toss them in here. Not saying that they're trash, but it's a good little storage spot for them. All right, now let's, oh, we have this other shirt. So let's, toss that on. Okay, let's leave those. All right, we're gonna leave this peanut butter, can of peaches, one of these, one of those, and that. Just so whenever we come here next time, we will have a good amount of stuff here. Because I do tend to come back here a lot. I do some hunting from this location. So, and I tend to just try and leave things behind for myself. Probably leave this salt too. And that's all fine. Let's leave one of these. Okay, let's get a, yeah, let's drink some water. All right, the weather is not great, but this is Forsaken Airfield, so just the way it is. Let's also leave some of these saplings behind that we picked up. Leave half of them. There's 4 saplings for if we ever go to make arrows here. We need them for any reason. Yep, I'll take that water. Okay, it is getting later, so I think we're actually going to hang out here for the night. How's our water? Let's make some more water. Let's toss a couple sticks on there. Let's grab a couple more of these books to take with us as well. So I think this is probably a good time to get into our journal. So I always go ahead and set up my journal pretty early on in game. So spawn is Forsaken Airfield. Oops. And then bear spawns. Because some of them are still do move around. We need to mark down our moose spawns when we come across them. We have goals that we want to complete. And then we have drop locations in case we get too heavy and we need to drop something at some weird location. We will know where it is. Let's also put in hammers so we can keep track of where all of our hammers are. Let's also do bedrolls so we can keep track of where all of those are. Because, you know, for those, like, what spawns in the world besides making, like, a bearskin bedroll, that's essentially what we end up having. So let's check on our water, and then we'll work on our journal a little more. Okay, we have 13 minutes, so that's good. All right. So, goals. Have a lot of stuff we probably want to do. So, collect all... Okay, revolver variant. Oh my gosh, revolver variants. Collect all rifle variants. Let me grab that water real quick. 4 more minutes. Yeah, that's fine. That fire can go out. Let's take our can back. All right, we can go back into our journal. I'm going to remember to... Okay, so collect all rifle variants. Collect all revolver variants. Collect all bow variants. Collect lantern variant. The flashlight too. What else? So, and then we have all of the insulated flasks. All insulated flask variant. Which we actually just got one of those. We got this red one on day 1. So, red AC day 1. Collect all chemical gear. Get the shortwave radio, which we will be doing shortly. Map all locations. Get all skills to level 5. What else can we do? How about catch all fish? Collect all Polaroids? I don't know if I spelled that right. I'll check it later though. And so how about we find all memento notes? Find all memento caches. Find all item caches. So I think that's pretty good for right now. Oh, how about the tails? Oh yeah. And then we also have hunt all 4 special wolves. Complete signal void. Complete buried echoes. Complete last horizon. Now we probably want to collect all recipes. Probably want to do that as well. Okay, so I think that's good for goals right now. And if you guys happen to think of any more goals that you would like us to do during this playthrough, please let me know and I will add them to our journal for us to do. But let's go ahead and eat some food. I think we want to wait on this candy bar. Let's eat this. And let's eat this. So we could probably move along if we really wanted to. What time is it? The weather is not great. But I think we can swing it. Those are famous last words, by the way. Overconfidence is always what gets ya. Okay, that's a bunny. Alright, and here's some more old man's beard. We need that. I'm actually going to change my mind. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a blizzard. The wind definitely sounds like it's picking up. So, yep, don't be afraid to change your mind. So if you start doing something and, you know, don't feel like you have to, like, absolutely commit to that. It's perfectly fine. Like, if you think better of it or the situation changes, you know, being adaptable is a very large part of the game. So, yep, we're just gonna head back to our little cabin and we're gonna stay there for the night. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Yeah, I know, me too. Alright, so we are back, safe and sound. What else can we do? Yeah, let's make some more bandages. That way we can leave 2 of them here. We'll just spend our time then getting this place set up the rest of the way. So that way if we ever come back here, there is stuff for us. And I will worry about making these all nice and pretty at some other point in time. I'm not going to worry about it right now. It's pretty early game. There's a bunch of other things to do. Alright. Yeah, so I think that's pretty good. I don't think we have a ton more to leave. Probably leave this other soda. We kind of also like to keep it for an emergency though as well. Oh yeah, that's another reason to stay, our frostbite risk. Alright, so let's break some stuff down. Ah, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to pull torches from this fire. I also forgot the charcoal. How cold is it? Very cold. Can I map from here though? Alright, awesome. I'm really awful at remembering to map, by the way, but that is something we want to do, and it makes more sense to do it while we're somewhere, so you guys see me not doing it. Call me out on it. That way I can hopefully remember. But, alright. So, I should probably start this and light some torches. I don't know if we need this dirty table either. 38 minutes to break it down. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Alright. Let's hope I don't waste a bunch of matches. And I was too eager to get our notebook all set up. And I completely goofed on pulling torches.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
But at least it worked. So, alright, let's pull a bunch. That's a bad one, but we'll break it down, so that's fine. Alright, that was a pretty good one. And next, thank you. How many did that give us? Oh yeah, that's plenty. Let's break that down. Break down that 24% one. Okay. So, I mean, let's go ahead and read a book. Alright, what else? Yeah, let's drink some water.
I need to find a place to rest.
Yep, and then let's see if we can knock out the last little bit of this. Awesome. Alright, so we're about to go to bed now. So yeah, let's eat this. And let's eat some of these cattails. We only need our hunger meter like halfway full. And then we're good to go to sleep. Alright, we're gonna put in 10. And frostbite risk is healed, the first one at least. So let's see. Let's sleep a little bit more. Hopefully that other one will get healed. And there it went. Awesome. That's great. I'm very happy to see that. So now we can move pretty freely. Alright, the only thing is the weather isn't that great. The visibility is, garbage. Wow, frostbite came back real quick, didn't it? Let's actually go the other way. I was gonna circle right around and go to the other cabin, but the frostbite risk is gonna get annoying, so let's go back to the airfield. And I made a wrong. That was wrong. We gotta go back up here. Anyways, so sorry. What I was saying is the frostbite risk is going to get annoying, and we have a much better chance of finding gloves and hat and at least a sewing kit over here. So if we need to make like the improvised stuff, we can do that. Right, so we're gonna come over here. And we pretty much want to walk straight. Again, I'm not really worried about all the rose hips and everything like that right at this moment. Yep, there's our next frostbite risk. Alright, so now we're on like the other shore, other side of this lake, on the opposite shore. So we can essentially follow this shore here, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to use it to guide us to the little creek that runs behind the airfield. There's crows. I don't really know. Can't really see, so and I'm not going to go up searching for them either.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Yep, we're just going to follow, like I said, this shoreline as best as we can. Kind of came off of it a little bit. I don't know where you are. Oh, there you are. So we're just gonna walk him, I guess.
God, I'd eat anything right about now.
Yeah, we're hungry. But we're not stopping yet. We are on a mission to go get hat and gloves. Yep, we're just gonna keep going. Just gonna follow this shoreline. Oh, here we go. Can we get in here? Nice. And that should get that wolf off of our back as well. He should be wandering back to wherever he came from. And we're just going to continue on our way.
Sure getting cold.
Yeah, it is cold. So there's crows up here. That's a good sign. It should be for a wolf carcass that is up here. Lets us know that we're going the right way. Yep, there's our wolf carcass. Let's see if he has an arrow on him. Sometimes he does.
Goddamn, freezing.
There were 2 broken arrows, and there's also a deer somewhere. There he is. Hi. Okay, what's our frostbite risk? Okay, it's getting up there, so I'm going to start running a little bit. We're going until we see this. There's like a little path with rocks on both sides. That's what we're looking for. So we're going to run straight down here until we see pipes. Pipes, pipes, pipes.
I need anything right about now.
All right, here's our pipes. So there's a trailer right up here. But we can't go up right here. So we got to go a little bit further down. About here. And then we're just going to cut up. And then we're going to immediately turn left and walk along this ledge. And that should be where our trailer is. Yep, there it is. Oh, and there's something right here. That's a can of pork and beans. I'll take that, but we're going to head inside. There might be other stuff around here, but we're cold. We're cold, and I do not want frostbite. All right, here's our fishing tackle. And we have some accelerant, painkillers,
I'll take it.
rifle or revolver ammunition, a flashlight, some quality tools, which are good, combat boots. What else do we got? And there's a sewing kit and aqua tabs. Let's actually drink this just for some calories real quick. Okay, marine flare. What else do we got? Newsprint. There's some dog food. More newsprint. Beef jerky. Let's just eat that right away. I like to keep those, but we are a bit hungry. Okay, there's a hoodie. We're still cold in here too, which is unfortunate. Can't open that one. And there's a scarf. So there's at least something for our head. Yeah, we're gonna wait a little bit. Okay. Paper. Mission status unclear. Pilot activity appears routine, and as predicted in my initial briefing. Business here at the field hardly registers as cover for any activity grander than mail delivery or solidarity in this godforsaken place. Okay, search this drawer real quick. Take that book with us. And we're still cold in here, which isn't fantastic. So we're just going to keep on moving. We're going to move to the hangar. We'll stop here and grab the shortwave radio, though. Probably should have mapped that, but I'm also not really warm at the moment, like at all. And I don't want to give us frostbite because we're trying to map. That seems kind of silly. So the cave we started in is back over here. Alright, and there's all this stuff to repair that. Let's step in here. We're still cold. Okay, there's a mag lens.
Come in handy.
I think I'm actually going to do this later. Let's just run up and grab the shortwave radio, and then we'll finish looting in here at some other point in time. Alright, here's some more film. There's the shortwave radio. Ah, look at.
This'll come in handy.
They're ragged, but that's okay. So that'll pretty much get rid of our frostbite risks. So a handwritten message on greasy paper. We're leaving. Can't stand the lights any longer. No sleep. Just no sleep. We're walking out of here. Alright, and I'm actually going to put my bow away before I grab this, because sometimes grabbing this can, like, mess it up. An old piece of airfield paperwork. Hey crew, as you know, we've been asked to provide SAR coverage for the rest of Great Bear. We're tapping into the existing radio transmitter system, but it's pretty old. The transmitter towers are scattered all over the lower island, including one we jerry-rigged right here at the Field 31 tower. The transmitter boxes are a bit prone to breaking down, but when powered and in good working order, each tower can cover a decent range, well beyond the region it's located in. Update your survey maps with the transmitter sites in Forlorn Muskeg, Pleasant Valley, and Milton. Expect to do annual maintenance. The wiring and batteries seem particularly fragile, and we've had some trouble with fuses as well. Testing continues, but initial reports have picked up some signal interference, unusual transmissions in the following locations in Lower Great Bear. In Bleak Inlet, home of the old cannery site, Pleasant Valley, but we haven't determined where, somewhere in Hushed River Valley. Without these transmitters working, we'll have a hell of a time locating any transponder signals from crashed planes or whatever, so we need to stay on top of this.
So
Signed, Captain Rhetoric, 14th Wing, SAR. SAR, SAR. Okay. So we can get our bow back out, and now we can head down. And we're cold again, but that's fine. We have gloves and that scarf. That'll help. I don't want to repair that yet either. So we will wait on that. Let's make our way over here. And what do we got?
Hope nobody needs to
Sport
see
socks. And a flare shell. Here's some cloth. Nothing. Okay, sport vest. Some fast film. A decent sweatshirt. And here's one of the trader's radios. And more film. Ooh, and a wool toque. Lucky day. More film. Nothing over here. And we did need some more water, so let's grab this real quick. Okay, more socks.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
All right. I think that's everything in here. I'll come back and do another check later on. But I think we're fine for right now. We can move along. Let's check out in here and see if we can find a pry bar. Sometimes there is one in here. Nothing. More newsprint. There's some scrap metal. Okay.
This stuff will come in
An
handy.
empty rifle shell casing. Nothing. There's another hammer. Decent gauntlets. So I do want to do a kind of like a trophy haul where we collect like one of every item to kind of just to display them. I thought that would be really cool. So those gauntlets are a good find.
Oh, I'm
We
starving.
might find one other pair. Okay, no pry bar in here, but no. So we just want to make sure we keep those fairly well maintained. So that way we can eventually take them back to our trophy haul. All right, here we are in the hangar.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Let's drop some stuff. We're a bit heavy. We're lugging around 2 hammers with us. We don't need all that. Look at all that film. That's crazy. And we're still heavy. Let's look around. For a pry bar. Here's some more flare shells. We do not have a distress pistol yet, so don't know what good that does us. What's in here? Worn cotton toque and another dust shirt. All right. There's a fuse. And there's always some accelerant right here.
This will come in handy.
I don't see anything else. Oh, an improvised knife. All right, I'll take that. We don't have an actual knife yet, so that'll be nice to have. Okay, there's nothing there.
Man, this pack is getting kind of
It
heavy.
is getting a little hard to see because it's getting late. Okay, we'll check that later. I'm really trying to see if I can just find us a pry bar real quick. Some lamp fuel. Some cured leather. So yeah, I will go through these worms better. Don't worry. I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to find us a pry bar real quick. Alright, so here's the kitchen.
I think I can use this.
Take that and eat it. Some more dog food. Can opener. Here's our recipe. Timberflight porridge, and I know I'm leaving stuff, which is probably driving some of you crazy, but I I want to go through each of these rooms once it's a little lighter in here and we can actually see, and we will grab absolutely everything out of them at that point. There's a piece of cloth. Is there a pry bar? There's a flare. Soda. Alright. Pry bar. Hacksaw. Okay, there's some bullets there. There's a flare in there. Nothing in here. Alright, let's check, like, in the middle. Check in here real quick. See if there's a pry bar for us. There's a bandage. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. Let's check over by this. There is normally a pry bar in here somewhere. It's just a matter of finding it. Yeah, I don't see one. It might just be a little too dark, though, as well. So, let's go hang out in this plane, because we're still cold. We're just taking, like, tons of health damage. Alright, so let's break up this arrow. Break this one down, too.
I need to find food.
Okay, we have a lot of clothing now. We don't have any jackets, though. Okay. That's actually a bit better. Let's... No, I don't think we need to harvest that. So let's repair some stuff. And I'm going to use the fishing tackle first.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy
I
right
try
now.
my best to save my sewing kits until we're a little higher in the mending skill. Let's drink that. Okay. Let's repair this because we're going to keep it long term.
I could eat anything.
Okay, still can't really see, so... let's eat these dog foods. We'll eat both of them. Yep, that one too. We'll probably eat that beef jerky as well. Alright, awesome. Alright. Yeah, let's break some of this stuff down. We don't need all this. Don't need these dress shirts. We will definitely find more dress shirts just around. Yeah, let's switch to this hoodie. Actually, is that better? No, the hoodie's better at the moment, so I'll just switch it up then. And let's harvest these socks. Since this is Stalker, we'll get tons of wool socks and climbing socks all over the place. So we can afford to break down our sports socks. Okay. All right, let's make some rose hips. And let's go ahead and do that. And let's get a nice drink of water. And then we're going to put in 10 hours. Nope. I went to sleep 10 hours, not skip 10 hours. Thank you. But everyone, I think that's going to be it for our first episode of Stalker. Next time, whenever we get back, we'll take a better look around the airfield here and see if we can find a pry bar for ourselves. We'll also loot the airfield, and we also have some other spots to check out in this region. There's actually a lot of other spots to check out in this region. So, thank you so very much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.